Can you believe that it's May already? So I'm so glad you're here today. This is a video that I've been wanting to make for years. So for years I've wanted to have the GreenStalk vertical planters, but for various reasons, budget, the fact that they didn't ship to Canada, really didn't allow me to have them. However, we sold a few items when we moved here to our new house that we no longer needed, and I was able to sell over 500 of my simmer pot bags. And so I was able to purchase 2 of these planters without digging into our budget. And so today I want to plant them out with you, show you what I'm going to be planting in them. I have a slew of plants. Some I bought, some I've grown myself. And so I thought it would be fun for us to plant it out together, open up the box together. But first, before we do that, I want to show you the area where I'm going to be putting them and what I've done to that area. I had a really hard time on deciding where I wanted to put my GreenStalks. I wanted them to be visible to people who pulled up into the driveway, but I also wanted them to be accessible so that I would use them. And so this is the place that I have landed on. This is right outside of our sunroom. And so those stairs lead up to the sunroom. And I can access this area really easily so that I can harvest lettuces and herbs and onions and anything like that that I might want to use in the kitchen, as well as being able to pick and treat on strawberries or sugar snap peas. So what I've done here is I've laid down some gravel, I've put down some patio stones. I'm going to be putting the GreenStalk planters on top of the patio stones so that they are on a level and even surface so that I don't have to worry about them tipping over because the ground isn't level. First thing I'm going to do before I open up the GreenStalk planter is lay down a tarp. So I'm going to be using potting soil to fill my GreenStalk. Anytime you are filling any kind of container, including the GreenStalk, you really want to make sure that you are using a good potting soil. You don't want to use compost that you have outside or dirt that you've dug up because it's going to be too dense for the containers. You want it to be nice, light, and fluffy. And so I'm going to lay down the tarp, and then I'm going to put the GreenStalk planters on top, and then I'm going to fill them. And the reason I'm doing that is because I paid money for the potting soil, and so any potting soil that gets thrown around or it falls out of the containers, I want it to fall onto the tarp so that I can easily scoop it up and use it, as opposed to it just going out onto the rest of the dirt. Purchased 2 of the standard 5-tier deep pocket towers. And so let's take a look at what comes with that. So they gave me a vertical planter instructions guide for the original and the leaf. And so this is kind of cool. It tells me here what I can grow in it. Again, it says do not use garden soil, do not use topsoil, do not use soil from your raised beds, even though that soil might be amazing because you've been growing in it and you've been amending it. Do not use it because it's going to be too dense. So you do want to use potting soil or a type of potting mix, which is what we're going to be using today. So step number 1, you're going to fill and plant each level. Then you're going to stack. Then you're going to add, well, as you stack, you're going to add these in between each level. And these are the water reservoirs. So what happens is let's stick them there. Once you get it all assembled, you're going to pour water into the top reservoir, which then will leak down, drip down into all of the smaller ones between each level, and then each level will then drip out and water each compartment of that level. So it's pretty cool. So let's see what else is in here. So it comes with a GreenStalk magazine, as well as 2 wheel kits. So let's get started. I have so many plants that I want to plant in here. So I'm putting the drain hoses on each of the tiers as I fill them with soil, just to prevent the soil from going through that hole and onto the tarp. So I have filled all 5 of the tiers of the first GreenStalk, and now I'm gonna assemble it. I know the instructions say to fill and plant, but that's just gonna make each tier that much heavier for me to then lift it up. And I think the 5th one is already going to be pretty hard for me. So I am going to build the tower and then we're gonna plant it. So between every level, you're going to put one of the water reservoirs. And that is just going to sit there. And then you're going to offset these. Okay. So I don't know if you can see. I'll bring you in closer. There. Okay, so between every level, there are these 2 little feet, and they just clip into the tower below to hold it in place, so that you can see every level is kind of offset. Keep going. So the top reservoir also has these little teeth that fit into the top tier to make sure that it's secure as well. And so what I've done is I've purchased 35 strawberry seedlings that I'm going to put in each pocket. And then I've also picked up 8 sugar snap peas. And I know I'm growing these in my garden bed right now. I'm growing them from seed, but I just thought, like, these plants are already, you know, a nice size, and I thought, wouldn't it be nice to have these already grown? And so I stopped off at Mark's greenhouse in my area. It's amazing. If you've never been, you should definitely go. And I picked these up. I think this tray, so there's actually 2, 4, 6, 8. There's actually 8 in here, and this was $3. So I felt like it was a really good deal. So I'm going to start planting these out. I'll probably speed it up because it's just strawberries and sugar snap peas. Okay guys, this one is now planted and done. This one has been filled and now I just have to plant it out. One thing I do want to make a correction on is there are 5 tiers, 6 pockets per tier, so it's 30 pockets, not 35 like I mentioned earlier. So I have a whole bunch of things that I want to plant in here. I have some red romaine lettuce. I have, oh, this is dill. I have some really sad parsley, which will perk up once I water it. Let's see here. I have some dinosaur kale. I have pineapple mint, so we definitely want some of that in here. We have lemon thyme, so again we want that. I also picked up some lemon balm, and this is mandarin orange. I have some of this growing downstairs, but again, when I planted these out, I wanted all of my plants to be 1, hardened off already, and 2, similar in size to start. So I think I'm going to stick that one up there. Okay, so let me see. I also have some onions that I'm going to figure out and put somewhere. What is this? Oh, there's no tag on this, but this is like, oh, this is called Tidy Treats. And so I thought this would be really fun to put somewhere in here. Or I'm going to use it for another project that I'm going to be doing. I have to think on this one. Okay, so I also have some regular green romaine. I also have some of this new red fire lettuce, which I thought, I just love the color of it. What else do I have here? Oh, I have beets that I grew, so I definitely want to put some beets in here. So I think, oh, what is this? Okay, I'm not going to put any of that in there. Okay, so I think what I'm going to do is, now that I have, oh, one more thing, I almost forgot. I have oregano. So we will stick that there. So I think what I'm going to do is break apart the lettuce, because the lettuce is really something that I want to fit in all of these. So meaning I want to use all of the lettuce that I have and then fit in the other things around it. So I think I will go ahead and put these in all of the pockets and then see what's left and add the rest. So let's get going. So let's see here. We'll do lettuce, or we'll do romaine there. I'm going to skip one and do, oh, if I can get it out, do one there. And then I'll do one there. I think I'm going to do one up there. And then I have another one here. Oh, this is, yeah, romaine red. It's just not as red. Let's see here. We're going to move this one down here. I'm going to stick that one there. I'm going to stick that one there. Okay. And then we will do this one there and that one there. Okay, so then I'm going to do the regular romaine. I'm going to do one there. We're going to move the sad looking parsley. I'm going to stick that there. I think I'm going to put this one there. Okay, and then I think I'm going to stick him up there. We'll stick the little tag there. I also have, where is my other lettuce? Let's see, here we go. All right, I'm going to put, I want to offset it, so I'm going to stick a lettuce there, and I'm going to move the lemon balm and stick that there. And then I'm going to move this and stick a lettuce there. So this is just you getting like a look into the way my brain works when I'm organizing my garden. So I have one left. Let's see. I think I'm going to move and put this one up there. Okay. So there's that. Now I'm going to take a look. Okay, so I have a dill here. I would like to do, I think, a dill down there. I have some beets. So let's see here. I'm going to do some beets there. Some beets up there. I think I'm going to do some onions as well. So I think I will do some onions there. Oh, the sad looking parsley comes in a pack of 4. So let's space this out. Oh my God, I'm not very gentle. Okay, so let's do that. I think, I think once that perks up, it's gonna look so nice. Okay, so I'm running out of pockets here. Let's see. Why couldn't there be 35 pockets? Okay, so I think I'm going to put 2 parsleys in there because they're little and they will grow. And then where did I put the other parsley? I think I'm going to share. Let's see. Here it is. There's the sad. Oh, look at that. I'm trying to stick the 2 parsleys together. Okay, let's do this. And then let's move this here and put the parsley down here. Perfect. Okay, I have 1 spot left, and I think maybe we'll stick this in there. Strawberry. Let's just make sure that I have filled every single pocket. Okay, so I already love these. My husband and both my sons have come out to see what I'm doing out here, and the minute that I said, what do you think? They all went, oh, that's really cool. This has been so easy to assemble, to plant out. I think I'm gonna really, really like growing in these. You know, you see all the videos where people say that it's really cool, but until you actually have one. So let's take a minute to talk about fertilizing. So you want to make sure that you are fertilizing these just like you would any other container. So if you would normally fertilize your containers every 2 weeks, then that's what you're going to do with this. And so you can use a multiple of things. I really like using this fish emulsion that I get from BC. Really good. I will put it on I'll put it down below just so that you can see it. But basically you add water to it, and then what I would do is just pour it into the top reservoir here, and that fertilizer will go through and water everything. And so I probably won't do this for about 2 weeks because all of this potting soil is brand new. So there's a lot of nutrients already in it. So in 2 weeks time, I will make sure that I water with a fertilizer, and then I'll kind of gauge it depending on how all the plants are doing. If I think that they need more than every 2 weeks, then I will make sure I do that. So let's just see here. Oh, God, this pineapple mint is going to be amazing. So the great thing about this whole system is that they've taken container gardening to the next level. And so what I mean by that is essentially if you were gardening in containers, this would be 5 containers. And so the space that you're saving on using these, as opposed to having them, you know, all over your balcony, all over your porch, for those of you that have really limited space, this is a great way to utilize that space and to grow so many cool, unique things. Okay. So I bought these strawberry plants, and honestly, I have just found that these fiber pots that they're in are a bit of a mess compared to when you would just pull off the plastic. And I don't throw out my plastic cups when I buy plants. I keep them and I use them for potting up stuff. So I kind of feel like I paid the same money but didn't get the cup that I can reuse. So I think next time I'll be really careful on which ones I pick, because I got 3 of them out of 35 that had the plastic cups. So currently what is happening right now is as I fill the top reservoir, it is going through that hole that I showed you, and it's slowly filling up all the other ones. And so once they're all full, the top reservoir will actually stop draining out and will fill up, and then that's when I know to stop filling it. So I'm basically going to fill these until I start to see a little bit of water coming out the bottom, then I'm going to stop. I didn't put the tubing on the bottom to drain the water away from anywhere because I have the rock here and this sunroom is actually built on piers. So I'm not worried about the water going anywhere and hurting anything. So as soon as I see some water coming out of the bottom, I know that I need to stop. And so this one looks like it's filling up on the top. And I suspect that that is probably all the water I need to put in it. But it's a learning experience. I've never had these before, and I'm sure that I will figure it out.